What's up, my friends? It is Stormy, of course, and you know there are two things in this room right now, as of this moment, that have bite. One would be my brand new can of Barq's root beer here, and the other is, of course, me. But unfortunately, it's not me who is the flavor of the day today. I mean, some days I'm the flavor of the day, and those are good days. But today, it is my new can of Barq's root beer here. Now, of course, Barq's is nothing new. Barq's has been around for a super long time. Actually, according to the can, they've been around since 1898, which means this year, that's right guys, they're selling they're selling and celebrating, I guess they're selling it too, but they're celebrating their 120th anniversary. That's right, 120 years, guys, this root beer has been around, and I believe that's the oldest brand root beer. I know there's probably handmade root beer that's been around longer than that, but this is the oldest brand root beer, I believe, in existence right now. And the reason that I wanted to do this review today is one, of course, because of the 120th year that's in right now, but also because, man, you know, I grew up with this stuff. I grew up with Barq's root beer, man. You know, like this is one of those sodas, and at one time it was the only soda that me and my friends drank growing up. This root beer has such a unique taste. And I can't wait to try it again after a very long time because it's been a long time. I actually saw an empty can of Barq's root beer, like a trash can or something like that at work, and I was like, oh man, like Barq's root beer, I remember that, like I gotta pick myself up a can of that. So lo and behold, here it is today, and I figured, hey, I'd sit down here with you good people and try this root beer for the first time once again in like, like 10 years or something like that. Well, alright, my friends. It's time to break into this glorious Barq's root beer here and give it, shall we say, the official taste test. I mean, it's been long enough, right? It's been a decade, so I might as well call it a taste test. So let's break into this, man. I am so excited to taste this root beer again. I just remember it being so delicious. I mean, seriously, like, it's the best tasting root beer on the planet. Oh yeah. Right away, you're just hit with that spiciness. And that's the great thing about root beer, is that it uses so many great flavors to make that root beer flavor. And Barq's has that distinct bite, right? Barq's has bite. That is the slogan. And man, they mean it too, because watch this. Oh, that is like the perfect chugging root beer in the world. And you know, I mean, root beer tastes the way it does because of sarsaparilla and sassafras, vanilla extract, licorice. There's a lot of flavors going into it. But what gives Barq's that distinct bite is, I believe it's the sassafras, because sassafras has this really kind of aromatic, spicy tone to it, and most root beers just kind of rely solely on like sarsaparilla to give it that flavor, and then obviously the licorice root and the vanilla. But what Barq's does, I believe, I mean, obviously all of the flavors are artificial now that it's been taken over by big, you know, corporations and, you know, evil businessmen. You know, it's all artificial flavoring now. But what they still have in there is that that sassafras, man. Sassafras even sounds snarky, man. You know what I'm saying? And what that does is it gives it this really aromatic, spicy tone that delivers this really, really dark bite, and that just grabs the back of your throat with all of that carbonation all the way down into your tummy. And man, it is the most delicious root beer on the planet. Oh man, it has such a distinct bite. You know, it really is. It's this like, it's some kind of something. It's like a force of nature inside the root beer that just you know, envelops your entire palate in carbonation and a really, really dark, spicy aroma. And then, of course, as you get further down into it, you can taste the licorice more. That's another thing that Barq's does really well is it's got an overpowering licorice flavor, lots of licorice, lots of vanilla. Basically, they took all of the ingredients of root beer and they just cranked it up to 11, right? That's where it's supposed to be at. Huh? 11, right? Please go to 11. Mmm. Mmm. Ah. It's almost like tasting a fine wine. I mean, you know, to be honest with you, it's almost hard to believe, right? That this is like a brand soda. I mean, usually you taste unique root beers like this as local brands, you know, not in big brand names like this. So even though all the flavors are artificial, it still has all of those same flavors that I remember from growing up, and man, this is bringing back memories. I mean, it really is. It's like it's putting me right back in my living room when I was like, you know, like 12, 13 years old with my friends playing video games, staying up, you know, watching movies, eating pizza, and drinking Barq's root beer. Yeah, that used to be one of my favorite foods back in the day, was takeout pizza and like smart food popcorn and Barq's root beer to tie everything together. Still one of the best, if not the best root beer on the planet aside from local brands, of course, and definitely my favorite root beer of all time. Proud to say and happy to say, still to this day. So I will definitely be picking out more Barq's in the future to rekindle my childhood memories even more. Oh, 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 yeah. It's good root beer. That's what it literally says right there. It's good root beer. Gotta love literal branding. Let me get one more swig off that. Oh my goodness. I mean, all the way to the end of the can, it has unbelievable amounts of carbonation, so you retain that fizziness, which of course intensifies all the flavor. Enhancifies? Woo! Well guys, as I'm sure you can tell, and as I've mentioned already a few times, that is my favorite root beer in the world. And now it comes time for me to score this thing, and without a doubt, it gets an absolutely perfect score. I would have given it a perfect score back in the day, and I'm so happy to say I still give it a perfect score now. Bam! 10 out of 10 Seagulls. Every Seagull in the neighborhood is coming as soon as you crack this can, guys. If Barq's is not your favorite root beer in the world, if not just because of the name. I mean, look at all the things it's got going for it. It's amazing flavor. It's been around 120 years. It's like the oldest root beer ever. And it has this awesome name, BARQS. I mean, come on! Well, my friends, that's going to do it for today's glorious food review. Now it's time for you guys to leave all of your thoughts and opinions down below in the Great White Void. I am very curious to know, what is your favorite root beer? Do you guys have a favorite brand, or do you guys love Barq's as much as me? But regardless, share all of your thoughts and opinions down below, because root beer is one of the greatest drinks on the planet, and it is very important to have a discussion about it. So get it going down below in the Great White Void, and I'll see you guys back here for the next food review very soon. As always, until next we meet, take care, and I'll see you later.